Yo, what up? You can just put me in the background, you don't have to actually watch the video. So this rant has its long time coming. This rant is about how everything is so consumer unfriendly, whether it be tech, software, whether it be, I don't know, like phones, TVs, cars, whatever. Everything is so consumer unfriendly. And what has spurred this rant? What I've been doing the last few weeks was trying to figure out how to make my editing software situation go away, right? So the reason why I've had software issues is because I've used CapCut in the past, and I know a lot of you will be like cringing at this, but they have HEVC encoding, they have H.264 encoding, and la di da di da. I don't want to bore my normie audience with this, but basically I can use the recordings from my phone on CapCut, which I can't on Movavi, which I can't on DaVinci Resolve free plan. CapCut recently made this first update to where they put like this huge watermark. Yo, what up? You can just put me in the background, you don't have to actually watch the whenever you edit something with the free subscription, and you have like 7 attempts per week, I think, something like that. Yeah, I cannot use CapCut anymore, unfortunately, because this is like, okay, I can just swap emails, I can just sell my information to the Chinese Communist Party, right? But then what happens? Another update from now, they don't allow 180p and 4K rendering on the non-pro version on mobile anymore. So what is gonna happen next? What are they gonna do next? And I feel like this underlying issue feels like kind of like you're renting your own computer, bro. I swear to God, it's like, how is it that I have this machine right here, but I cannot use it? I do not understand this. And a lot of people will be like, oh, just buy the products. No, I won't, bro. Like, I live in Romania. Do you know how ridiculously expensive these subscriptions are? I'd literally rather use Python auto editor, which I already use, and Python FFmpeg editor than use this. I'd rather literally go manually and look at the fucking frame data and to input it into the FFmpeg than to pay for this subscription. This is how outrageously priced these subscriptions are in my country. Everything is so consumer unfriendly. For example, some car companies like Mercedes are thinking of subscription locking seat heating in the fucking car. Like, can you imagine going back in time and telling the Mercedes engineer, telling him like, bro, in 50 years or 40 years in the future, they will ask you to pay monthly to be able to use heated seats. I think they had heated seats, like even back in the day, kind of like automatic like shifters, you know, but it wasn't so prevalent because it was like new. But you know what I mean? It's like, imagine telling somebody that you are gonna lock, like, what is going to be happening next? Like comfort, like suspension is gonna be locked behind the subscription. And this is also prevalent with phones. Like, think about this. Headphone jack no longer exists. Everything is Bluetooth now, so you have to use it. You don't, like, your phone comes only with the cable, the male adapter of the cable. It doesn't come with the charger, the actual brick that you put in the wall. So there you go. You don't even own a charger when you buy the phone. Like, can you imagine this? Telling this to somebody that was buying, like, I don't know, like an iPhone 2 or something, like telling them, oh yeah, in the future you will not have a headphone jack, even though it will be very prevalently used, and you will not have a charger. You will have to buy your own charger for the phone. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I don't understand how people don't just go full Karen on these people and just like constantly write emails like, what the fuck are you doing to these companies? Like, I don't understand. Especially these changes are ridiculous whenever you consider what they used to give you back in the day. Like, back in the day, you used to get like earbuds, you used to get like a phone case, you used to get like a charger, you used to get like sometimes even a literal basic plastic screen protector. And now what do you get? You don't even get the charger with the phone. You get like the SIM tray thing, which I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they're gonna stop giving it. And also, I think that this is ridiculous considering that we can also just, I don't know, like buy phones from other companies like Oppo, like Xiaomi, Nothing phones, like whatever. The reason why I own a Samsung, for example, firstly, I need to do my videos, so it has like a very good camera. Secondly, for my art stuff, I need really high quality pictures, you know, raw pictures, so the Samsung is really good for that. Back in the day, I used to draw in it, so I just needed pen for it. But now all of those problems are fixed with the sole exception of the camera, which I'll probably be fixing myself. I'm just gonna buy a camera or something. I'm gonna look for a second-hand camera. One of my friends got one from like a market, second-hand market. He found it like physically, literally, so he bought it, and it was like, when he told me the price, it was ridiculous, even though it's a bit older and it has like, what was it, 40 megapixels, but the sensors are just bigger, the lens is actually bigger. Of course it's gonna be better, right? Because these phones, like, a lot of people do not understand how distortion works on these cameras, and I'm not gonna delve too deeper into that, but I just want you to look up focal length if you don't understand why cameras are just better than phone cameras. And also what I want to say is, a lot of times, since I make a bit of tech content, a lot of times I get like people saying to me like, oh, like I want to build this PC and I want it to be like I want 5 years to not even touch it. And I laugh at them. I genuinely laugh at these people, because to think that in today's day and age you can get a PC and it can work for 5 years, you are genuinely delusional, bro. Especially with planned obsolescence. Do you not see that they intentionally put 8 gigs of VRAM so that in 2 years time you will no longer be able to play the modern games because you will not have enough VRAM? Also, for Firo that is gonna say, oh, but I'm gonna get a 5090 or a 4090, that's not a problem then. Surely running an insane amount of wattage through that GPU is not gonna damage it over time. I'm very sure. Look, bro, I'm gonna tell you guys something straight up. The more powerful something is, the more repetitions it has, the more like spins it has, kind of like a wheel on like a truck or something, the more likely it is to break. The more you use something, the more it is likely to break. And whenever you have something that is just more powerful, then that means that it uses itself more. While I'm on this example, I'm just gonna give another one. That's why a lot of these shit boxes, like this Toyota Corolla or like these Volkswagen Polos, they last like 20 years. Like, or Audi, like from 1999, for example. My friend has one. It's like, it lasted like more than him. It's literally older than him for like 7 years and the car drives fine, right? So less consuming and the less powerful something is, the more it is likely to last longer. Also, while I'm on the subject of GPUs and 8 gigs of VRAM and basically like that, what I want to say is basically they're reducing the CUDA cores, the basic horsepower of the GPU. They're reducing it or even keeping it at the same level of the previous series. And they're just increasing the AI cores and the AI functionality of that GPU. But my problem is, what is gonna happen whenever you will not be able to run the games that you want to run at 720p? Which, I'm gonna be honest, the way that Unreal Engine and a lot of these engines are going, it will likely happen. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it will likely happen. What is gonna happen then? Well, I'll tell you what, you're gonna be forced to buy a new GPU from Nvidia. Save gameplay, bro. I'm gonna put you in a video. There's a lot of people who keep defending these companies. I am telling you, like, for example, I got my mom a laptop. It is a Ryzen 7700 whatever. It's a fairly good laptop, especially for the price that I got it at. It was 500 euros. So for 500 euros, I got her a laptop that is very good. And maybe a month or two into the laptop doesn't turn on anymore. Okay, we go to the service, the laptop just turned on randomly. So what can this be? Maybe a RAM stick that is not placed properly. Maybe something like the display connection or the riser is not placed correctly. What can I do about this? Like, I cannot open the thing because it's gonna make the warranty go away, and I cannot take it to the fucking service because I just cannot take it for some bullshit like this, because firstly, they are incompetent and they will not find it, or secondly, they will manage to find some way to take away my warranty, to void my warranty, so that I have to pay for it. So what the fuck do? I just sit with a fucking bad product straight from the factory. And then of course my mom looks at me and she goes, oh, you were the one that told me to buy that computer. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to predict the fact that it's gonna be a defect from the factory? Like, how would you want me to predict this shit? Like, I can't, bro. I'm not Nostradamus, bro. Like, also, what I want to say is, why the fuck is everything subscription based, bro? Like, I don't want a fucking singularity, a fucking, like, you know, how kind of like when you take a bath and you open it and it like swirls. Like, I don't want an endless swirl in my bank account constantly draining my money without me even noticing. Like, that's the reason why I even took out my PlayStation subscription. Like, I think it's ridiculous to be able to need to pay for internet on PlayStation. Like, I'm already paying for internet, now you're asking me to pay for you. Like, this is ridiculous, bro. This is ridiculous. And I know people will be like, well, they host the servers and blah blah. Then tell me, why is this not prevalent on PC then? Huh? Why? I know it's doable, I know it's possible, they just don't want to do it. They know you will put up with it. Softwares, like, let's say it was $100 or $200. I wouldn't pay $200, that's too much. But let's say it's $100 one-time payment and I like own like a CapCut license. No, I'd have no problem paying that. But I will not be paying, I don't know, like, how much is it? Like $40 a month? Are you ridiculous, bro? Are you ridiculous? Like, it's ridiculous, bro. Like, I swear to God, I'd rather pirate that shit, bro. Like, actually, I'd rather risk bricking my PC than to buy that shit, bro. It's too expensive, bro. And I know a lot of you Americans that are spoiled will be like, oh, $40 is not that much, bro. In here, it's ridiculous, bro. In here, it's ridiculous. Say that to the Brazilian person. Say that to the, I don't know, Hungarian person. Their fucking currency is like how much? One Hungarian forint is equal to 0.0029 United States dollars. Can you imagine going to the Hungarian person and telling them, oh yeah, just pay 40 bucks subscription? Are you ridiculous, bro? You are ridiculous, bro. You know how there are games that are priced differently in Brazil, right? Why don't they make it priced differently here, bro? Like PlayStation does this. Like if you buy physical copies of the video games, they cost less in my country than to buy them from the store. Why don't you just make like, I don't know, like price capping for like regions? Why are you not doing this? Oh, because people will use VPNs, blah, blah, blah. And because of 1% of the population, maybe even less, everybody else has to suffer from these countries. Like, I do not understand this shit, bro. It's like, I swear to God, the consumers are an afterthought nowadays. They don't even think about the consumers, and we suck their dicks. We gobble that shit up. We don't even care, bro. We don't even hold them accountable one bit. This is true for the government. This is true for these companies. This is true for, like, we as humans, as the hive mind of society, we have become weak. We do not no longer hold these people accountable for their malicious actions. These are predatory customs in business, bro. Like, you do not care about your consumer, period, bro. Do I even need to give example? Like Roblox, they don't care about pedophiles on their platforms. They don't care about their underage consumers that much. They'd rather take away the vigilantism, not the actual predators. These people are not for you. They're not for the consumer. I hate to say this, bro. The only things, like, I literally started playing Bloodborne, and I remember I was looking at the modding community. Do you know how helpful these people are? Do you know, oh, it's like, oh, I would suggest you to enable this in case it crashes, and oh, like the literal creator in the actual mod pack literally tells you to enable or the launcher, or the Bloodborne launcher, oh, enable this if you don't want to lose your, and he was right, because I lost my save, for example. They go, oh, get this mod, and I realized, damn, bro, this is the difference between the consumer making a product, like somebody making a product for themselves and for the other people, and for them to just plainly make a product. This is what I keep saying with movies and with this type of stuff. It's like they no longer like the movies that they make. They don't make them for themselves. They just make them to pat themselves on the back, like, oh yeah, you're a good boy. Whenever I see James Gunn making a movie, I can tell that he's having fun doing it. They're no longer basically consumer and creator at the same time. They no longer care about that. Like back in the day, they used to make, like, I see like some of these Boots videos on TikTok, and I go and I see, oh, so back in the day they used to make like the most quality leather, the most quality, I don't know, the most quality nails that they can find. And then a few years later, they found out that they no longer have customers, because the customers already bought the boots and they don't need the new ones. So then the shoe company started making them worse and worse and worse and worse. And now what happens? You wear the fucking shoe for a year maybe, and you have a fucking hole in it. Like I wear Adidas shoes, I go to play basketball, I wear it for like maybe a month, and my starts to literally poke out of the fucking shoe because it broke, like on the tip. Or I have one shoe that is literally like I had a hole that I could put 2 fingers through, like a fucking vagina sized hole, bro. It's like in the fucking shoe, and I would still wear it, bro. Like, even though rocks used to get into it while I was like running at basketball, and randomly I would just like I would step on this rock, it literally through my spine, I would feel it electrocuting me. It's like, oh fuck, you know, like kind of like stubbing your toe on like something, you know. You don't understand how stingy I am. I know it doesn't seem like it. I have a lot of energy drinks and a good PC, but I'm very stingy, especially with clothing. If everything we buy is designed to screw us, when do we stop being consumers and we just become like wallets for these people? I swear to God, it's like dating a Karen, bro. It's like being like an older man and having like a Karen wife or girlfriend, bro. You're just a walking ATM machine to these people. You're no longer human. You're like a monster. They just want to exploit. So what do we do? I will tell you what you need to do. You need to stop giving these people your money. They do not deserve it, period. What I would urge consumers to do is, I don't want to say to pirate because I'm gonna get in trouble, but you read in between the lines there, you just need to stop buying this shit. You just need to stop buying this shit, because if we keep buying it, they will never change. Look at Monster Hunter Wilds. They're like seeing an all-time low. Nobody's buying their game anymore because it's shittily optimized on PC, bro. And they will never change until you stop buying their games, basically. Oh my God, my English is terrible, but you know what I mean. Anyway, Stop buying shit products. Give me some suggestions on what to do with the editing software, and take care of yourself and have a nice day.